Hey there, today I'd like to talk about working with dynamic shared spreadsheets. So when I talk about dynamic shared spreadsheets, I'm really talking about Google spreadsheets, and in particular, I'm talking about the New Vision's student sorter. The student sorter is a large Google spreadsheet that contains one row per student per school and one column per data type that we consider to be a benchmark or indicator of graduation progress. This includes middle school data, attendance, credit information, and Regents information. Now, what makes this a shared spreadsheet is the fact that it lives in the cloud. This isn't a file on a New Vision server, it's not a file on anyone's computer. This is a file that many people can access at the same time, and when many people have access to it, they're all in the same file. So this is very different than opening a spreadsheet and emailing it to someone and then having them open the spreadsheet. In that case, there would sort of be two different files in play. And that's really the reason we're using Google Spreadsheets. We want to have an authoritative list of data that is accessible to everybody who needs to have access to it. If you ever want to discover who has access to the student sorter, all you need to do is click on Share at the top right corner. And this is the new Share tab. I like to click on Advanced. I think it gives you more information. And under Advanced, you'll see all the people who have access. And then you can also see what rights those people have. So can edit means that the person can actually make changes to the spreadsheet. Can comment means that they can add comments, obviously. Can view means they can't actually make any changes, but they can see the data. And is owner is who the spreadsheet is owned by, and the owner can edit. So it's always a good idea to just check and make sure that only the right people are on your student sorter. So students should not have access to the student sorter, obviously. Parents should not have access. Really only select school staff and New Vision staff should be able to access this dynamic shared spreadsheet. Now the reason the spreadsheet is dynamic is because these values are dynamically pushed into this spreadsheet. So this can be very confusing because one day I may make a change to the spreadsheet, and then the next day when I come back, that change has been undone. And that's because data is being pushed into the spreadsheet, into the sorter, on a regular basis, such that any changes you make to columns that are dynamically updated will be overwritten. So anything that comes from a core data system, a source data system, where New Visions has access to New York City Department as authoritative record, those are columns that get dynamically updated. So for example, ELA course mark 8th grade, this is something from the New York City Department of Ed's core data systems, and this gets dynamically updated. Something like diploma notes, however, does not get dynamically updated. So if I put a note in here like needs to speak with guidance counselor, this won't get overwritten the next time the spreadsheet gets all of its updates. Now that's really the power and beauty of the Google spreadsheet as New Visions and our school partners have implemented it. Basically, lots of people can have access to this spreadsheet to get the benefits of this aggregated data set, and at the same time it's centrally maintained by New Vision, so it doesn't require a lot of school staff attention to maintain. And there's still the space in many columns for schools to record notes and keep records themselves. So this is the New Vision School Sorter, and it is a dynamic and shared spreadsheet. Thanks for tuning in.